The fluorescent lights of the emergency room buzzed overhead as Elena Vasquez clutched her phone with trembling fingers. Her 7-year-old son Tommy lay on the narrow gurney, his small chest fighting for each breath through the nebulizer mask. The asthma attack had come suddenly, violently, turning their quiet Tuesday evening into a nightmare. "His oxygen levels are still too low," the resident muttered, adjusting the breathing treatment. "We need to get Dr. Patterson here immediately." Lena's heart hammered against her ribs. Dr. Patterson was Tommy's pulmonologist, the only doctor who truly understood her son's severe condition. She scrolled frantically through her contacts, finding his emergency number, and typed with shaking hands, "Dr. Patterson, Tommy's having his worst attack yet. Gave him albuterol and prednisone, but nothing's working. His lips are turning blue. Please help, I'm terrified." The response came within seconds. "I think you have the wrong number, but this sounds urgent. Are you at a hospital right now?" Elena stared at her phone in horror. In her panic, she must have misdialed. She quickly typed back, "I'm so sorry, wrong number. My son can't breathe, and I'm losing my mind." 3 dots appeared, disappeared, then appeared again. Finally, "Don't apologize. Which hospital?" "Your son's name and age?" Something about the stranger's calm authority cut through Elena's panic. "St. Mary's Children's Hospital. Tommy, age 7, severe asthma since birth. Go to the nurse's station right now. Tell them you need Dr. Sarah Kim. From Pediatric ICU, tell them Dr. Reed sent you. Do it now. Don't wait for permission." Elena hesitated for only a moment before walking to the busy nurse's station. "Excuse me, I need Dr. Sarah Kim from Pediatric ICU. Dr. Reed sent me." The nurse's eyebrow shot up. "Dr. Reed? Marcus Reed?"
"Yes!"
Elena lied smoothly, not knowing who that was, but sensing it mattered. Within minutes, a composed Asian woman in scrubs appeared. "I'm Dr. Kim. Let me see your son." She examined Tommy with swift expertise, immediately ordering new medications and treatments. "You did the right thing calling for me. This is a severe bronchospasm. We're going to get him through this." Tommy's breathing slowly improved. Elena texted her mysterious helper, "Dr. Kim is amazing. Tommy's getting better. I don't know who you are, but you saved my son's life tonight. Dr. Kim is the best pediatric intensivist on the West Coast. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Is Tommy doing now?" "Much better. The doctor says we caught it in time, thanks to you. May I ask who you are and how you knew to send us to Dr. Kim?" There was a long pause before the response. "I'm Dr. Marcus Reed. I specialize in pediatric pulmonology. Sometimes wrong numbers happen for the right reasons." Elena's breath caught. She'd heard that name whispered in hospital corridors, the brilliant young Dr. Hood. Revolutionized childhood respiratory care, then mysteriously disappeared from public practice 3 years ago. "Thank you, Dr. Reed. I can never repay this. Kindness. Just focus on Tommy and Elena. Save my number. You might need it again." 3 days later, Elena was organizing Tommy's discharge paperwork when Dr. Kim approached with an unusual expression. "Elena, there's someone here to see Tommy. He says you've been in contact." Elena looked up to see a tall man in an expensive charcoal suit walking toward them. He had dark hair, intelligent green eyes, and moved with the quiet confidence of someone accustomed to being in charge. This couldn't be the doctor she'd been texting. "You must be Elena," he said, extending his hand. "I'm Marcus Reed. Not ... Elena gestured helplessly toward his business attire. Marcus smiled, a hint of sadness in his eyes. "Not what you expected? I get that a lot." He turned to Tommy, who was coloring in a dinosaur book. "And you must be the brave young man I've heard so much about." Tommy looked up shyly. "Are you the doctor who helped my mom find the right doctor?" "Something like that," Marcus said, settling into the chair beside Tommy's bed. "I hear you like dinosaurs. Did you know that some scientists think T-Rex might have had feathers?" As Tommy launched into an excited explanation of his favorite dinosaurs, Elena studied Marcus. There was something familiar about his manner with children, gentle, patient, but with an underlying sadness she couldn't place. "Excuse me, Dr. Reed." A sharp voice interrupted. Elena turned to see a stunning blonde woman in designer clothes approaching. "I thought I might find you here." Marcus's entire demeanor shifted, becoming guarded. Victoria, what are you doing here? Looking for you, obviously. Victoria's gaze swept dismissively over Alina and Tommy. Oh no. When you missed the board meeting this morning, I called your office. They said you were visiting a ... patient. The pause was deliberate, condescending. Alina, this is Victoria Sterling, Marcus said stiffly. Victoria, Alina Vasquez, and her son Tommy. Victoria's smile was razor-sharp. How lovely. Another one. Of Marcus's charitable projects? She turned to Alina with false sweetness. Has he told you yet? About his real job? Victoria, enough, Marcus warned. Oh, he hasn't. Victoria laughed. Alina, darling, Marcus isn't actually practicing medicine anymore. He's the CEO of Reed Biomedical. No, the pharmaceutical company. About $12 billion last I checked. Alina felt the floor shift beneath her feet. 12 ... billion? He likes to play doctor sometimes, Victoria continued, clearly enjoying Alina's shock, especially with single mothers. Makes him feel better about that's enough. Voice cut like steel. Alina, could we talk privately? Victoria waved airily. Don't let me interrupt this touching scene. But Marcus, don't forget the foundation board meets Friday. Your little medical hobby will have to wait. After Victoria left, an uncomfortable silence settled over the room. Tommy, sensing the tension, had retreated back to his coloring book. Is it true? Alina asked quietly. About the money? Marcus ran a hand through his hair. Yes. But it's not what Victoria makes it sound like. I became a doctor. First it was my dream. The business came later, after. He stopped, pain flickering across his features. After what? After I lost someone I couldn't save, he said simply. My younger brother, and everything changed. 2 weeks after Tommy's discharge, Alina was finishing her night shift at the hospital. When Marcus appeared in the pediatric ward break room, she'd been avoiding his calls, still reeling from the revelation about his wealth and Victoria's cutting words. We need to talk, he said simply, setting down 2 coffee cups from the expensive cafe across the street. I'm tired, Marcus. It's been a long shift. Lena didn't look up from her paperwork, but she could feel his presence filling the small room. Tommy asked me why I stopped visiting. His voice was quiet. What did you tell him? That hit home. Tommy had been asking about Dr. Marcus every day, disappointed when Alina made excuses. I told him you were busy with work. I am, but not too busy for him. Or for you. Marcus sat across from her. Alina. What Victoria said was probably true. Alina finally met his eyes. Rich men don't befriend single mothers working double shifts, unless they want something. I've seen it before. Marcus leaned back, studying her. What do you think I want? The directness of the question caught her off guard. I don't know. Maybe you're bored. Maybe helping struggling families makes you feel good about yourself. You're right about one thing. Marcus pulled out an envelope. I do want something from you. Elena's heart sank. Here it comes. I want you to run the nursing program at my foundation. He slid the envelope across the table. The Reed Foundation for Pediatric Care. We're opening a new wing specifically for children with respiratory conditions. The salary is in there, along with the job description. Alina stared at the envelope as if it might bite her. This is what Victoria meant, isn't it? Another charitable project? Look at the offer before you decide what it means. Against her better judgment, Alina opened the envelope. The salary figure made her gasp. It was 3 times what she currently made. The job description outlined a position that was everything she'd ever dreamed of: developing care protocols, training specialized nurses, working directly with families facing the same struggles she knew intimately. She said flatly, "It's competitive for someone with your qualifications." What qualifications? I'm a floor nurse with a 2-year degree from community college. Marcus leaned forward. You're a nurse who fought the system to get her son the best possible care. You've navigated insurance nightmares, coordinated between specialists, and advocated for other families in similar situations. You understand this world from the inside. His voice intensified. Do you know how rare that combination is? Clinical skill and lived experience? You barely know me. I know you texted a stranger for help when your son was dying. I know you trusted your instincts when I told you to demand specific care. I know you've been researching pediatric asthma treatments. On your own time, trying to understand every aspect of Tommy's condition." He paused. "And I know you turned down the private insurance I tried to arrange for Tommy because you thought it was charity." Alina looked up sharply. "How did you—" "Because I understand pride, Alina, and I'm not offering you charity. I'm offering you a job that could change thousands of children's lives. I need time to think. Take all the time you need. But Alina?" Marcus stood to leave. "Sometimes the right opportunity looks too good to be true simply because we're not used to good things happening." Alina had been working at the Reed Foundation for 6 weeks when Victoria Sterling made her move. The job had been everything Marcus promised: challenging, meaningful, and perfectly suited to her skills. She'd even begun to believe that maybe, just maybe, good things could happen to people like her. That illusion shattered on a rainy Thursday morning when Victoria appeared in Elena's office with a manila folder and a predatory smile. "I thought you should see these," Victoria said, settling uninvited into the chair across from Elena's desk. Before you get in too deep, Elena reluctantly opened the folder. Inside were photographs and documents, Marcus with different women, at various charity events, hospital visits, foundation galas. Each woman looked vulnerably: young mothers, struggling families, patients he'd helped. "This is Sarah Chen." Victoria pointed to a photo of Marcus with an Asian woman and her infant. Single mother, premature baby. Marcus paid for the NICU care, set up a trust fund, even bought her a house. She flipped to another page. Here's Amanda Rodriguez, teenage mother, sick child, same pattern medical bills, job at one of his companies, new apartment. Elena's stomach twisted as Victoria continued the parade of images. And here's Rebecca Walsh. Her daughter had leukemia. Marcus paid for experimental treatment in Switzerland, relocated the whole family, and Victoria leaned forward conspiratorially. "Notice anything about what happened to all these women? They got help when they needed it?" Elena's voice was barely steady. "They got replaced." Victoria pulled out newspaper clippings. Sarah Chun restraining order filed against Marcus 18 months after he helped her. Amanda Rodriguez sought in termination from Reed Enterprises. No explanation given. Rebecca Walsh, her daughter, recovered, and Marcus moved on to his next project. Alina stared at the documents, her mind reeling. "Why are you showing me this?" "Because I care about Tommy." Victoria's voice oozed false concern. These women all had children Marcus grew attached to, and the mothers couldn't give him what he wanted. He discarded them. But not before making the children dependent on him first. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying Marcus collects broken families, fixes them, controls them, and when he gets bored or they become inconvenient, he destroys them." Victoria stood to leave. "Ask yourself, Elena, why? Would a billionaire spend so much time texting with a nurse he'd never met? Why would he create a job specifically for you? Why is he so interested in your son?" After Victoria left, Alina sat alone in her office, staring at the photographs. Her phone buzzed with a text from Marcus. "Tommy's birthday is next week. I have an idea for something special. Can we talk tonight?" For the first time since she'd known him, Alina didn't reply immediately. Instead, she called her mother Mia. "What's wrong?" Rosa Vasquez could always hear trouble in her daughter's voice. "Mama, what would you do if someone seemed too good to be true?" "I'd remember that your father seemed too good to be true too," Rosa said dryly. "Right up until he wasn't." That evening, when Marcus arrived at their apartment with Tommy's favorite takeout and excited plans for a birthday celebration, Alina looked at him differently. Was his smile genuine, or was she just another project? When he knelt to help Tommy with homework, was he being kind, or was he grooming her son for attachment? "Alina, you're quiet tonight," Marcus observed. "Everything okay?" She forced a smile. "Just tired. Long day at work." But as she watched him interact with Tommy, Victoria's words echoed in her mind. He collects broken. The breaking point came on Tommy's 8th birthday. Alina had spent 3 sleepless nights wrestling with Victoria's revelations, watching Marcus's every interaction with her son through a lens of suspicion. When he arrived that morning with an elaborately wrapped present, she couldn't pretend. Any more? We need to talk, she said, her voice strained. Tommy, go play in your room for a few minutes. Marcus immediately sensed the shift in her demeanor. What's wrong? Elena pulled out Victoria's folder, her hands shaking. Tell me about Sarah Chen, and Amanda Rodriguez, and Rebecca Walsh. Marcus's face went pale as he recognized the photographs. Where did you get these? Does it matter? Is it true? Do you have a pattern of targeting single mothers? Lena, please let me explain. Just answer the question. Her voice broke. Are we just another project to you? Marcus sat heavily on her couch, running his hands through his hair. Sarah, Amanda, Rebecca, yes, I helped them. But not for the reasons Victoria wants you to believe. Then why? Because of David. Marcus's voice was barely a whisper. Brother, he had severe asthma, just like Tommy. Our parents were too proud to accept help. He's too stubborn to admit they couldn't afford the best care. His eyes filled with pain. David died at age 9 during an attack because we were in the wrong hospital with the wrong doctors. Alina felt her anger wavering, but forced herself to stay focused. That doesn't explain why these women filed restraining orders, why they were fired. Sarah filed the restraining order because Victoria threatened her family if she didn't. Amanda was terminated because Victoria bought out her company specifically to fire her, Rebecca. Marcus's jaw tightened. Victoria had her daughter's medical records leaked to tabloids, claiming the family was scamming me. That's convenient, Alina said, though doubt was creeping in. Mom? Tommy's small voice came from the hallway. I heard shouting. It's Mr. Marcus. In trouble? Go back to your room, sweetheart, Alina called. But Tommy walked directly to Marcus. Are you sad? Tommy asked, studying Marcus's face with the brutal honesty of childhood. A little, Marcus admitted. Is it because of the mean lady who came to see Mom at work? The one with the yellow hair? Elena's blood went cold. Tommy, what mean lady? I think she came when you were in the bathroom. She said she was Mr. Marcus's friend, but she didn't seem friendly. She told me that Mr. Marcus gets tired of little boys like me and finds new ones to play with. Tommy looked confused. But that didn't make sense, because you like me even when I'm sick, right, Mr. Marcus? The innocence in Tommy's voice shattered. Something inside Alina. Victoria had manipulated a 7-year-old child to get to her. Marcus knelt to Tommy's level. Tommy, I need you to know something very important. I will never get tired of you. Not ever. You and your mom are the most important people in my world. I told the mean lady that, Tommy said proudly. Said you're not like my dad who left. You stay even when things are hard. Elena's hands flew to her mouth as the full scope of Victoria's manipulation became clear. She'd used Elena's deepest fear, abandonment and even involved Tommy in her scheme. Marcus, Elena whispered, I'm so sorry. I should have trusted you. You were protecting your son, Marcus said simply. I understand that better than anyone. Families.